because you cannot go to the post by president. You cannot go to the what do you call, to the presidency, and then you can be dropped down too. But now Wani is going to go. That is the end of it. Then after the secretary general, then he can go home. Then he can retire. Then he can go home. That's it. That's the end of it. So yes, I accept it. But what the speech, what he said, for example, he need equal representation all over the regions. He need the SPLM to work. The ministers who have been elected, the ministers who have been selected in the ministries of the SPLM to take the ideology of the SPLM, and then he need also let us put SPLM party to be the top than our tribe. But it's not going to work with the SPLM. What he's talking now, what he's talking, it's not going to work out because it's already, the SPLM is already captured by ethnic thing. So it's not going to work out. He can speak that one, but it's not going to work out as people see. Even the reform is not going to work out because it's so hard. If it's going to be hard on reform, maybe he can be also demoted. Maybe he can be also fired. Maybe can be revoked. Maybe can be revoked out. So I said yes, accept the demotion, and then because now they think that one is almost coming up, so you have to be brought down so that at least cannot smell the presidency. Even I doubt the first deputy chairperson, maybe it's going to be taken out in future and then given to Paul Mel, so that at least he can have Paul Mel have more powers in case in the 26th election, so that he can be a running mate of President Silva Kiir, and then he the presidency in future. So it means that this one, what I take from Wani said, they need equal representation on the regions. It means that there's something wrong there, because what he said in the speech, because even I read what he has, what the speech that he has written down is good. It's a good speech, because he said he don't want to, for example, if he quit out, then SPLM may break into pieces. SPLM may break into pieces. That he want to keep the SPLM, but on whose interest? On his interest, so that he have to keep the SPLM intact on it. So I accept that it's not a promotion, but it's a demotion, because Wani has given now 4 times. In 2002, when the Riek Machar entered into collapse with the Jongareng, and then he give up. The second thing, he give up when Riek Machar went for the war and he come back. The third thing, he give to Tabandeng. Now the fourth thing, he give to Paul Mel. Now it means that Wani is not going to get there completely. Wani is, because the age is matter too. As Wani said, the age matter, then he's going to go home. So it means that maybe, for me, I take that also, maybe Jen Council is playing a big role there. That I just take these men out so that at least they cannot smell the presidency. Even though I don't support SPLA, at least I see that, I want to see that also one needs to become a president, so that at least, so that it can be fair enough. Now the next president is going to be Paul Mel. So if people like it or not, maybe. And then one is not going to get any nomination even in the political bureau, because now he has been seen as a weak person now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Taj. I think I disagree with you, my brother. Because do you know that this current government is ad-economic government? Okay. And these 5 by president, these are temporary positions. So if the election will take place in 2026, all of these 4 positions of vice president will go, and it will remain 1 position of vice president. And you hear from president and from Dr. Wani Igga himself, he said that they are prepared for the election. Okay, so no anybody else apart from Dr. Wani Igga to mobilizing the member of SPLM party. So he's the right person to do that job. And that's the reason why President Salva Kiir put him in that position. So you guys can think that he is demoted, because, but the way I see there, you know, I think it's a good idea for Dr. Wani to lead the SPLM party, because the SPLM party has been struggling and is need a vision. The vision of SPLM has been diminishing, and I hope Wani Igga will come and make things straight in the party, and that's the reason why President Salva Kiir brought him in. So that's how I see it. But you guys see it a different way. And if you think that Wani was demoted and he should not accept that position, he would say, no, I'm going to go home. But he knows the vision of SPLM. And he's one of the person can carry on that vision with his colleague, with his comrade. So let us move on.
So one second, that's good. That's good. Wani knows that he's demoted. That's why he said because otherwise, for example, if he stay home, then maybe the party is going to collapse. Maybe the party is going to, the interest of the party, you have to come in. You have to come in so that at least the party can go ahead. The second thing, Madid, Wani cannot do a reform in that SPLM party completely, because you see that since our independence, for example, the ministers who are appointed cannot go to SPLM secretariat. What I heard last time from Pagan Amung said, the only minister who has come when they appointed him to come and consult him about what is the program of SPLM as being a minister of interior is Alton Manas Magaya, who has come to the secretariat and then ask how we can work in the ministry as SPLM member in the Ministry of Interior, because he was a minister. But now, in these 20 years that SPLM has been moving on the tribal line, Wani is not going to do a reform, but it's going to be like that. If Wani is going to be too hard, then Wani can be fired at the end of the day. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Another question.
Go ahead.
My question to you made it. Did Wani Igga or does Wani Igga will attend the cabinet meeting?
What cabinet meeting?
Friday?
What cabinet meeting?
Cabinet meeting of the executive every Friday.
I don't know. I don't know if he attended or not.
Did Wani Igga will going to attend that meeting?
The guy Mina Buro.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you are clear. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, did I interrupt you by phone? Am I clear?
Yeah, you are clear now. You can.
Yeah. Did you get my question?
Yes, I get your question. I replied to you. I don't know whether he attend the meeting or not, because I'm not. I don't know. I don't have access to that.
But for you, okay, for you to prove demoted, you will not attend the cabinet meeting. Sorry, Jamal, call, keeping coming to me. So for you to prove that he was demoted, he did not attend the cabinet affairs meeting because he doesn't have any portfolio there to attend the cabinet meeting. So this can prove to you totally that he was demoted, my dear brother. It's not the reward. But go back to the new position as you say that, look, Wani Igga for the first time who replaced by Reng Matar for the sake of peace. For the second time, I don't take this say clearly. For the second time, we have abandoned. What about this for the third time, Commander Borman for the Red Army to the commander of the sector in the movement? That is totally humiliation, not even demotion. That's totally humiliation, your brother. So good luck for him. Kanana Wani Igga, and a good is enough 20 years in the government is enough. Let me go and retire in peace. Rather than you keep yourself humiliating your people. That doesn't work like that way, Anas. Whatever anything you want to cover it, it doesn't hold water, brothers. Believe me or not. Man, that was done the Kelly Mubadi. That could be enough because I'm driving. Thank you so much. I
Okay, drive careful, and then when your turn come, I hope the time that the turn come, you will be home. And we need to talk a lot on this topic because there's a lot of negative talk going on, and we need to tackle all of this. Let me move the line very quick. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Madid. And I also thank the leadership of South Sudan Eagles Media. My name is Al Shaddai. I will briefly comment on the topic as it was stated there. And before I go there, Madid, I just want to appeal to you. We are here in these podiums. Not everyone can express himself or herself absolutely. So I had an uncle before. Hold on.
Just want you guys know that this room has been put on live on YouTube and Facebook. So let us be careful of what you say. Tungakon, you continue with the line while I'm control the studio. Go ahead, my friend. Sorry, quick.
Yep. Yeah, my appeal was I just seen one of my uncle before, or a brother before, or comrades. He would try to express himself in English, but he couldn't. But he tried to express himself in Dinka or Nuer. But what I want to apply here or request the leadership of Eagles Media here, if there is anyone who is having issues or language issues, he should be allowed to express himself to whichever language that he is familiar with, and whoever is controlling the line should be able to translate later on. That way, we should be able to have everyone a fair go, and we should capture each and everyone our opinions, of ideas. That way, that's how we can gather information. Back to the topic. My physician here, Dr. Wani Igga, he did the right thing, and that the spirit of SPLM. SPLM, they are for unity, and that unity is to stay together as a party, and also they are the current flag bearer of the country. So they have a role to play as a leadership, and in that regard, they have a right to do the right thing. Going back to that form, to those who said Wani was demoted, for me, he wasn't demoted. He's still a deputy chairman of SPLM, SPLA party, as we speak. Is still a second man to President Kiir as we speak. The only what I know and what I heard and he wrote on his wall on Facebook is the fact that he was relieved and he was being appointed elsewhere as a general secretary of the SPLM party. So he was released as the vice president, economic and health. So that was the only position that he was released, and he was appointed as a general secretary of the party. So that one is not being called as a demotion. It's actually a release, and he was also being appointed. Why do we take this one serious? The party is a norm of the party itself, and it was a norm of key leadership that he relieved some of the officers and he appointed them. So what is special about Wani to the point that some people said he was demoted? I don't understand. There are a couple of comrades and those who were with Wani in the government, in the movement, SPLA movement, they have been released and they are now sitting idle, and they never control their complaints, or their communities never complains. We have Dr. Majanga God. He was a vice president of deputy defense minister. He was released and he's now sitting idle. He never complained about anything. We have those of Kuala Manyang. He was also a minister of defense. He was released and he now been appointed as a advisor on the security. We have also those of Tutkel, they were being released, and they also been appointed elsewhere as ambassador to Kuwait. So we have people like those of Fitor, Dr. Fitor Gandhi, who was also a foreign affairs before, but he was released, and it's okay with him. We have those people of Dr. Madin Deng. He was the ambassador to United Nations. He was the lead, and he was okay. It was normal. We have those people of Dr. Luca Byung. If you could count, there are numerous officers and ministers that were relieved, and they are sitting there normal. The communities never rose up and said it was a demotion. Of course, no. This is just a normal procedure for any government official or any government office. You can be in today and you can be appointed elsewhere tomorrow, or you can be sitting without any employment. It's just a job. It's nothing. It's nothing personal about it. So let us not beat a drum of war and sabotage the reliefs of His Excellency Dr. Wani Igga. He did the right thing, and I think the president and him are together. They are working together. I don't think they have any issues within the party and within the country themselves. I thought and I know they are working together. So to us as a citizen, let us not take things in the angle of tribe or tribalism. Let us take things in a way that we see things as citizens, you know, and let us take things in a way that will give us stability in a country. Kir was being demoted before when Ria came, and he was being demoted, and Ria came second after he left. So when Riek left to Khartoum, Kir was the second man after John Garang. But when Riek came in, he was demoted, and then Kir appointed in the position of Wani, and then Wani brought down. That's how it worked. But Kir never complained. He understands this is a normal exercise in a government or in any movement. It's the same thing when he understands this is a normal exercise in any government or any office work in the government. Even a private sector, that is also is a normal exercise. So let us not take things serious and let us not take things to heart. If we take things to heart, that's the only way we are harming a nation. Let me go back here. Let's see a few incidents that happened because of demotion. When Riek was released 2013, he took it personal, and his community took it personal as well. And most of you who are here on this page are aware what was happening or what happened on the 15th of December 2013. So why do we encourage such an act to continue or repeat itself? We already had enough. We learned from it. When Riek refused the normal exercise and he turned out to become a rebellion itself, and a rebellion that took people life, a rebellion that destroyed properties, a rebellion that destroyed the stability of the nations. So why do we not learn from a thing that happened yesterday? Why do we not learn? The few individuals that I mentioned before, they understand, including Wani, including Salva Kiir, they understand it is a normal exercise in any government, even a private sector. Even where you are working today, it is a normal exercise. You can be a manager today, next day you can be somebody else. It's a normal exercise. And we should be running our mouths and take sides and took it personal. I don't understand and I don't buy it. You know, the more we take it personal, the more we are affecting our nations and our innocent civilians. Because whatever we take, whatever the action we take, it disadvantage the innocent civilians, the innocent citizens. They will disadvantage the same people whom we are fighting now. How many times things happen, they go out in numbers and come in numbers, but only the innocent are being disadvantaged. You see? So let's see that way. Come back to Bolomel and the issue of Dr. Bolomel and Wani and the party. I think if you put Dr. Bolomel together with Dr. Wani today and people vote, I think Wani will win because most of the people in the SPLM are his comrades in the country. They were together during the war, and after the liberation, they come back and have a nation, and they are still there. So that means that everyone in the SPLM party, they are Wani Igga colleagues. And if it happened today, all the Red Army and the rest of the people outside the country, if you put them together to win, to vote like an election today, the young people will vote for Bolomel because they identify and relate themselves to Bolomel because it's one of them. It's one of the Red Army. They've been into all these places the Red Army went. Whether they like him or not, they will they identify themselves through Bolomel. SPLM identify themselves through Wani Igga. That's the difference. The older guys and the younger ones. That's how I see it. That's my take. Well, and most of us are fighting here. What's wrong if Bolomel is brought today to be appointed in these high positions? We should be celebrating as a Red Army, as a young people who need to see change in this nation. But why are we panicking? I don't see the reason we are panicking here. We related ourselves to both. This is how I see myself. If I see one of my comrades been in that high position, it'll give me hope tomorrow I might get a job. If not, if not his position, I could get a job anywhere else. And it's also giving hope that SPLM as a party, they are now trying to implementing what they used to call you Red Army are the seed of this nation. If the seed begin to germinate today and it's the time to be harvested, if this is the only way, the seed Bolomel is sure that the seed is germinate and is ready to work. We shouldn't be questioning. And that was the vision of SPLM. And that's why Dr. Wani Igga never complained because he knew this was the seed he was planted all these 21 years. This was the same seed he was envisioned as the SPLM. If the seed happened to germinate today and is ready to work, that's why he stepped down quietly and take the other portfolio because he knew that was the vision of the party. So as a nation, as a citizen, we shouldn't be looking and focus or dwell mostly entirely on the issues that will bring us back. We should see the thing that will advance these nations and the thing that will give us the stability in the nations. Without taking much time, معلش عايز نجيب هنا وشكرا للاينز المديد وتونغا كون ولونغار وواني وتانا بونغو and most of you are so many, so just press my case here. I give chance to some of my colleagues, so I will listen as well. And thank for the chance and the opportunity. Shukran.
Thank you, brother. So let me see who's the next speaker.
Can I ask some question, but if you don't mind, please?
Okay. Yeah, Yeah, do a very quick 1 minute so we can move the line. We have a lot of.
Okay. Thank you for this, and thank you for giving me this chance. Brother, I have a question for you. Can you tell us the definition of being demoted? The reason I'm saying that, could you be a governor and then demoted to be commissioner? You think that that can be okay?
Let me give you good examples. A good example was Paul Manyang used to be one of the high commands before he was a governor in Jonglei. He was relieved and he was also taken as a defense minister and he was also relieved and he was brought back as a presidential advisor on security. Could you call that a demotion? A demotion? Could you say that? For you, maybe you will say, yes, he is being demoted. But for me and Paul and the rest of the comrades in the SPLM party, they understand this is a normal procedure and this is a normal exercise. Dr. Wani is not being demoted because he is still the vice president of the SPLM party. He also take a role of a general secretary. If you said he's been demoted, that means he was being thrown into garbage. And that's not the case here. The guy is still a second man in the SPLM party, and is still the general secretary of the SPLM party. If you say that is a demotion, then my English, I might question it. You know, I think I answer you, Brother Santino, or no, then you might ask the way I should understand it.
And another thing too to support your word and also to answer part of your question, Santino, is that emotion is like, let us see the current government, Adikono government. Okay, this is not SPLM ruling government. This is a government that joined other party regarding about the artist agreement. And these five presidents come from there. Okay, if we can see if it is SPLM party alone is ruling the country, there will be no even the vice president that Dr. Wani Igga was held. So it's not there. If we have only one vice president and the president itself, it will be president and Dr. Yamuchar second. Okay, and the rest, four vice presidents will be gone. So when we see here, like when we are seeing the reason why president do this decision is because the country are prepared for election of 2026. And when the election will come, those 4 or 5 presidents will go away. And in order to do that, you have to bring back Dr. Wani Igga to the party. And as some of you mentioned that Dr. Wani is the first deputy of the party of SPLM. And then he hold another second position, Secretary General of SPLM. So he holding 2 positions in the party at Junubi. Okay? But if it is a fact, you cannot hold 2 key positions in the party. You should have one position. But he's holding those 2. Huh? So what I'm seeing here, the vice president position that needs to be removed. I see that this vice president, I think it's not even worth it for from Dr. Wani Igga to stay there longer into that position, because these positions are temporary and they will go away. When the election will take place, those positions will go away. And another one, Abdelbagi is another vice president. Hang on tight. We have a lot of people, so let us move the line. And I don't want to speak a lot. Because Abdelbagi is the vice president. He was removed from his position and given to the Ministry of Agriculture. Did he complain? Or did he support it come out and say, why will you remove Abdelbagi from vice president position? Why you demoted him and put him in agriculture ministries? So this is a normal routine to the government they are doing because and you have seen on many leaders have been removed from the high position and given like another example I'll give you guys. General Akolokor. Hang on. We have a lot of people, guys. So General Akolokor. Okay, he was demoted from national security and given to the governor of Warab. And then when he arrived in Juba, what happened? His position as a governor of Warab is provoked. So all of these are Jama. So anyway, I talk a lot. So let us move the line real quick. No, my brother, you spoke a lot. Let us move the line. We will come around. So
it was a part of my remark, but
yeah. So you took a lot of minutes. You will let us move. Let us move the line because a lot of people are up here and they're waiting patiently.
Is it me coming or is somebody else before me?
Tunga, on my screen here is messed up. Who's next on your side? I think it's.
I think me.
No, it's not.
No. Equinox was before you.
Yeah, it's Equinox, yeah.
Yeah, I'm available there.
Yeah, you guys go and let us remind full with that time. I didn't time you guys, but let us remind for the time, please.
Yeah, okay. My greeting to all of you, brother and sister there, moderator listening down there, yeah. Yes, the topic there is, look, is good analysis of Dr. Wani Igga accepting his statement, yeah, according to his statement, anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's good, yeah, and the way we are taking it now, like how the guy Wani accept the position and maybe why from by president to become a general secretary to be just going down, then moving forward. Yeah. Yes, Majid, yeah. You clear a lot of things, brother. Cut the mark ways when we talk. We are